He was an ambitious Jamaican man who had made significant contributions in his own areas of endeavors. He burst into the film industry, first appearing in the 1972 historic film The Harder They Come, and appearing in the 1975 film The Marijuana Affair, and again in the 1982 film Countryman. I speak of the talented and respected Dr. Basil Keane. In this video, I will show you his death registration form and analyze his cause of death in the year 1993. This is a very interesting video, so please watch till the end. Welcome to Jamaican Chapter. This is the death registration form of Dr. Basil Keane. Let's begin studying the form by looking at the top of the form. At the top of the form it says Death Registration Form, Death in the District of University of the West Indies, Parish, St. Andrew. In the first section of the form here, it says Place of Death, University Hospital of the West Indies. So it is clear that Basil Keane died at the University Hospital of the West Indies. Let's scroll over to the right of the form, and it says usual residence of deceased, 2 Riverside Heights, Garden Town, St. Andrew. The usual residence means this was his permanent address. This was where he lived prior to death. And they have it here as 2 Riverside Heights, Garden Town, St. Andrew. We want to continue on the form, on this death registration form, by studying the left of the form first. And on the left of the form it says date of death 4th January 1993. In simpler term, January 4, 1993. So Basil Keane died on January 4, 1993. So Dr. Basil Keane died on Monday, January 4, 1993. He died leaving 2 adult children, a son and a daughter. His funeral was held on Sunday, January 10, 1993 at the East Queen Street Baptist Church in Kingston. Many persons attended the funeral, including the then Prime Minister P.J. Patterson, Hugh Shearer, Rex Nestleford, and Douglas Manley, who, of course, is the brother of Michael Manley. Mr. Basil Keane's body was buried at Dovecot Memorial Park. Okay, so let's move on. So below date of death, you have full name. And they wrote Horace James Basil Keane. Yes, so that is his full name. He went by the name Basil Keane, and that's like the second part of his name. I think because it is shorter, and I think because maybe he liked it that way. So you will find that even in the movies, when given the credit, he is called Basil Keane. But his full name, as you see it here, is Horace James Basil Keane. Alright, below full name we see sex, male. Okay, so we all know he was male. Beside that is condition, and they put divorced. So it's obvious we all know what divorced mean. So there's no need to explain that. Regarding his marriage, Basil Keane was 26 years old when he got married to a 32 years old woman named Virginia Lord, and they got married on November 26, 1952. The marriage took place in Cook County, Illinois, USA. After the couple had a daughter, they got divorced. Yes. Basil Keane soon got married after that. Yes, he got married a second time. After having Mark Keane, his only son, with his second wife, the couple got divorced. So Basil Keane was married and divorced 2 times. With his first wife, he had a daughter, and then they divorced. He got married again. They had a son. His name is Mark Keane, and they divorced. So he was married and divorced 2 times. So here on his death registration form, they put divorced. So at the time of his death, he was a divorcee. Below that, we see age, and they put 66. Okay, so he was 66 at the time of his death. And continue on, we see occupation or calling, and they put dental surgeon. So yes, Basil Keane followed in his father's footsteps and became a dentist. His father, a man called Isaac Keane, was a dental technician. While he remained a dentist throughout his career, Basil Keane engaged in other important jobs. In 1969, he successfully ran for councillor of the Kingston and St. Andrew Corporation, KSAC, and served as a councillor from 1969 to 1974. During this period, he also held the position of Special Dental Advisor to the Ministry of Health. He appeared in the 1972 Jamaican film called The Harder They Come. In that film, he played the role of the preacher. In 1975, he appeared in the Jamaican film called The Marijuana Affair. The film was directed by the talented director named William Greaves. For some reason, this film was never released to the public. Anyway, his final movie appearance was in the 1982 film called Countryman. This film was directed by Dickie Jobson. In Countryman, Basil Keane played the role of Colonel Sinclair. And this is a very interesting film. For many of you who had never seen Countryman, you can check it out on YouTube. Basil Keane played his role very well as Colonel Sinclair. Basil Keane was a very respected man, and his contributions were recognized. In 1976, he won the Howard University Dental Alumni Award. This award, of course, was for his outstanding work as a dentist. In 1978, he received the Order of Distinction from the Jamaican government. In 1983, he won the Prime Minister's Award, presented to him by Prime Minister Edward Seaga. Alright, so let's continue on as we are trying to get to the point where we will see his cause of death. So below occupation or calling, we see birthplace. And they put United States of America. Interesting. So he was born in the United States of America. So Horace James Basil Keane was born in March 1927 in Boston, Massachusetts, USA. He was educated at Calabar High School here in Kingston, Jamaica. As a student of Calabar High School, he was very involved in the sports of football. And let me tell you a very interesting thing. At only age 16, he was the captain of the school's football team when the team won the 1943 Manning Cup football competition. After his graduation from Calabar High School, Basil went on to Howard University in the United States where he studied dentistry. Now let's take a look over on the right side of the form where we will find the cause of death. It says, cause of death, cardiopulmonary arrest due to hypersensitivity reaction. So the cause of death is cardiopulmonary arrest, and this was triggered by hypersensitivity reaction. Let's first find out what is cardiopulmonary arrest. Cardiopulmonary arrest is when the heart suddenly stops and breathing stops. Symptoms include dizziness, shortness of breath, chest pain, or loss of consciousness. And what is hypersensitivity reaction? Hypersensitivity reaction is an extreme or unnecessary response that the body has to antigen or allergen. So to sum it up, Dr. Basil Keane died from cardiopulmonary arrest, which was brought on by hypersensitivity reaction. In one word, Dr. Basil Keane died from cardiac arrest. Thanks for watching, and remember to like, comment, and please subscribe for more interesting videos like this.